Amara, come closer. Amara, come closer. Amara took a deep breath and stepped into the grove. The air around her seemed to vibrate with an almost electric intensity. The trees loomed overhead, their branches intertwining to form a dense canopy that blocked out the moonlight. Shadows danced on the ground, and strange whispering voices echoed through the grove. Suddenly, the ground beneath Amara's feet began to tremble. The earth split open, and she stumbled, nearly losing her balance. From the chasm emerged ghostly figures, their eyes glowing with an eerie light. They circled Amara, their voices a haunting chorus that echoed in her mind. "You cannot hide from your actions," they chanted. "You must confront your wrongs." Amara's heart raced. This is the story of Amara in the land of echoes. In the heart of the lush, vibrant rainforest lay the village of Orokoro, renowned for its lively festivals and harmonious way of life. The village chief, Chief Eze, was wise and kind, guiding his people with love and wisdom. One day, a spirited baby girl was born to the village blacksmith and his wife. They named her Amara. From a young age, Amara displayed a fiery temper and a stubborn will. Once she decided on something, nothing could change her mind. Her parents tried to instill patience and understanding in her, but Amara was resolute in her ways. As Amara grew older, her stubbornness became more pronounced. One sunny afternoon, her mother Nneka asked her to help fetch water from the river. Amara, engrossed in playing with her friends, responded sharply, "Why must I always fetch water? Let someone else do it." Nneka's face grew stern. "Amara, you know it's your turn. Be responsible and do as you are told." Amara stomped her foot and crossed her arms. "I won't go. It's unfair." Seeing her mother's disappointment didn't sway her, Nneka sighed deeply and walked away, leaving Amara to her tantrum. A few days later, the village was buzzing with excitement for the annual festival. Each child had a role to play in the grand parade, and this year, Amara was determined to lead. When Chief Eze announced that Chiamaka, Amara's best friend, would lead the parade, Amara's face darkened with jealousy. "That's not fair," Amara shouted in front of everyone. "I deserve to lead." Chiamaka, hot and embarrassed, tried to reason with her. "Amara, it's an honor chosen by the chief. Please understand." But Amara's anger flared. "You always get what you want. I'm better than you, Chiamaka. Everyone knows it. You just get special treatment because your father is on the council." Her voice rose with each word, her eyes blazing with anger. Chiamaka's face turned red with both hurt and anger. "That's not true. I worked hard for this. Why can't you just be happy for me?" Amara sneered. "Happy for you? Why should I be happy for someone who always gets handed everything? Maybe if you weren't so pretentious, people would see who you really are." The crowd fell silent, shocked by Amara's outburst. Chiamaka's eyes filled with tears. "Amara, why are you being so cruel?" Amara turned on her heel and stormed off, leaving a trail of tension and broken friendship. That evening, as dusk fell, a mysterious voice echoed through Orokoro, calling Amara's name. It was soothing, yet commanding. urging her to come to the sacred grove at the edge of the village. Despite her mother's warnings, curiosity and deviance drove Amara to follow the voice. The path to the grove was dark and forbidding. The dense trees cast long, eerie shadows in the moonlight, and the air was thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves. Amara's heart pounded with a mix of fear and excitement. She pushed through the underbush, the voice growing louder and more insistent. As she reached the entrance to the grove, she saw a shimmering light emanating from within. The light pulsed with a strange, otherworldly energy, casting an ethereal glow on the twisted trees and tangled vines that surrounded her. Amara hesitated for a moment, a shiver of apprehension running down her spine. But her stubbornness and curiosity propelled her forward. The voice beckoned her deeper into the grove. Amara, come closer. Amara, come closer. Amara took a deep breath and stepped into the grove. The air around her seemed to vibrate with an almost electric intensity. The trees loomed overhead, their branches intertwining to form a dense canopy that blocked out the moonlight. Shadows danced on the ground, and strange whispering voices echoed through the grove. Suddenly, the ground beneath Amara's feet began to tremble. The earth split open, and she stumbled, nearly losing her balance. From the chasm emerged ghostly figures, their eyes glowing with an eerie light. They circled Amara, their voices a haunting chorus that echoed in her mind. You cannot hide from your actions, they chanted. You must confront your wrongs. Amara's heart raced as the ghostly figures closed in around her. She tried to back away, but the ground behind her crumbled, forcing her forward. The figures reached out their spectral hands, their touch cold as ice, pulling her in. Suddenly, the air shimmered, and Amara found herself in a strange ethereal place. She had entered the land of echoes, a realm where the thoughts and emotions of those she had wronged were amplified and echoed around her. The voices overwhelmed her, making it impossible to think clearly. She heard Chiamaka's sadness, her parents' worry, and the villagers' frustrations. The more people she had wronged, the louder the voices became. Amara wandered through the land of echoes, meeting others who had found themselves there. Each person had their own story of stubbornness and grudges, and the voices they heard were just as loud and relentless. She met an elderly man named Obi, who had refused to forgive his brother for a long-forgotten slight. His brother's thoughts echoed incessantly in his mind, filling him with regrets. Obi shook his head sadly, saying, I have carried this burden for too long. How can I face him now? Further along her journey, Amara encountered a young woman named Ada, standing under a weeping willow tree. Ada's eyes were red from crying, her shoulders slumped with despair. Her jealousy had driven her friends away. The echo of their hurtful thoughts tormented her day and night. As Amara continued her journey, the constant barrage of thoughts and feelings took its toll. She heard snippets of everyone she had wronged, or hurt. The voice of her mother echoed loudest, full of pain and disappointment. Why does she always resist my guidance? Nneka's thoughts resounded. I've tried so hard to teach her kindness and humility, but she never listens. Amara could almost see her mother, tears in her eyes, praying by the heart. The image tore at Amara's heart, but her pride still held her back from accepting fault. Then came Chiamaka's thoughts, sharp and clear. How could she embarrass me in front of everyone? I thought she was my friend. What did I do to deserve her hatred? Amara felt Chiamaka's tears, the humiliation burning her skin as if it were her own. The pain was unbearable, like 1,000 knives cutting deep into her soul. Her father's worry echoed deep and mournful. What will become of her? She pushes everyone away. I fear for her future if she cannot learn to change. The echo of her father's sorrow was a heavy weight on her chest, making it hard to breathe. Amara sank to her knees, covering her ears, but the voices only grew louder and louder, drowning her in their relentless assaults. She continued to wander through the land of echoes. One day, while she was close to a shimmering pool, Amara heard a particularly painful thought from her little brother Kosi. He had always looked up to her, but now his thoughts were filled with fear and confusion. I wish for Amara to be kind again. I miss my big sister. Kosi's innocent mind echoed in hers. This broke Amara's heart, but her stubbornness still held strong. Instead of seeking to mend her ways, she isolated herself, retreating deeper and deeper into the land of echoes, hoping solitude would bring peace. But she was wrong. Amara discovered that some people had been trapped in the land of echoes for so long that they had lost their sanity. The echoes had driven them mad, their minds unable to cope with the relentless barrage of negative thoughts and emotions. Among them was Nkechi, a once respected elder of the village, whose bitterness had consumed her. She had held onto grudges for years. Nkechi's presence was unsettling. Her hair was disheveled, her clothes tattered, and her eyes wild with despair. She paced back and forth, muttering to herself as if trying to drown out the relentless echoes of her own anger and resentment. Nkechi's thoughts were a chaotic mess of anger and resentment. I can't escape. The voices won't stop. She screamed, her eyes wild with despair. The guardian of echoes appeared beside Amara, explaining, those who hold onto their grudges and refuse to seek forgiveness are doomed to remain here, their minds unraveling under the weight of the echoes. Amara realized that to avoid becoming like Nkechi, she needed to confront her past and seek forgiveness. Now determined to find peace, Amara decided to confront her past. She began by seeking out those she had wronged within the land of echoes. Each encounter was painful but necessary. She found Obi, the elderly man, and listened to his story. She encouraged him to forgive his brother, reminding him that holding on to anger only brought more pain. Obi, inspired by Amara's words, sought out his brother's echo and made peace. Next, she approached Ada, the young woman tormented by jealousy. Amara shared her own experiences and helped Ada understand the importance of letting go of envy. Together, they sought out Ada's friend's echoes and apologized, finding relief in the process. As for Amara, her most challenging encounter was yet to come. Amara knew she had to confront Chiamaka and seek her forgiveness. The echoes of their friendship and the pain she had caused were the loudest in her mind. As Amara approached the echo of Chiamaka, the voices inside her head grew more intense. Her own stubbornness and guilt battled within her, making her steps heavy and uncertain. "You always get what you want. I'm better than you, Chiamaka," a stubborn voice argued. "You hurt Chiamaka deeply. You need to make things right," the echo of her conscience countered. The two voices battled within her, each pulling her in a different direction. Amara's steps faltered as she neared Chiamaka, her heart caught in a storm of conflicting emotions. She saw Chiamaka's reflection in the water, her friend's tear-streaked face mirroring the tumor within Amara. Taking a deep breath, Amara called out to Chiamaka. "Chiamaka, I am so sorry for what I did. I was wrong to hurt you and let my jealousy get in the way of our friendship." Chiamaka turned, her eyes meeting Amara's. The pain in them was evident, but so was the flicker of hope. "Amara, your words hurt me deeply. I felt betrayed by my closest friend." The voices in Amara's head grew louder, urging her to retreat, to hold onto her pride. But she stood her ground. "I know I hurt you, and I regret it. Every day, please, forgive me. I want to make things right." Chiamaka hesitated, the echoes of her own pain battling with the desire for reconciliation. "How can I be sure you won't hurt me again?" Amara's voice cracked as she spoke. "I promise to be better, to listen, and to change. Please, give me another chance." Chiamaka studied Amara's face, seeing the genuine remorse and the struggle within. "Amara, I forgive you," she finally said, her voice breaking, "but you need to forgive yourself too." With Chiamaka's forgiveness, the echoes in Amara's mind began to soften. The relentless noise started to fade, replaced by a gentle hum of understanding and reconciliation. But her own voice still battled within, the final hurdle she needed to overcome. Just when Amara thought her journey was complete, the guardian of echoes appeared once more. "You have come far, Amara, but there is one final test. You must face yourself and forgive yourself for the pain you have caused." Amara, filled with trepidation, stood before a mirror-like pool. As she gazed into its depths, her reflection spoke back to her, voicing all the regrets and self-doubts she had buried within. "You were stubborn and hurtful," her reflection whispered. "You caused pain to those you loved." Tears streamed down Amara's face. "I know, I am truly sorry, but I want to change. I want to be better." As she spoke those words, the reflection began to soften, and the echoes of her past grew quieter. The guardian of echoes smiled. You have passed the final test, Amara. You have learned the power of forgiveness and understanding. With the guardian's blessing, Amara found herself back in Orokoro, standing at the edge of the sacred grove. The voices were gone, replaced by a profound sense of peace. She had finally learned to let go of stubbornness and grudges. Her family and friends welcomed her back with open arms. They noticed the change in her demeanor and the newfound kindness in her heart. Amara sought out Chiamaka, and together they rebuilt their friendship stronger than before. Epilogue. Amara became a beacon of wisdom in Orokoro, teaching others the importance of forgiveness and understanding. Her journey through the land of echoes had transformed her, and she used her experience to guide others from the path of stubbornness and grudges. The land of echoes had become a stark reminder that holding on to grudges only deepened one's own suffering. The land of echoes, once a place of torment, had shown her the way to peace and reconciliation. And Amara, once the stubborn child, became a symbol of growth and redemption in her village. Thank you for listening to African Folktales by Didi. Kindly subscribe for more videos.